Let's be very clear. Disney woke up to problems today. Of course, if you've been paying attention to the channel, you've noticed that a couple of things came out that weren't super flattering. Of course, the ratings for Acolyte are down and, 14% audience ratings. Not great, but leave the Acolyte aside because there's something more embarrassing Star Wars related and Acolyte related than that. That's not even the whole point of today's video. You also know, because if you watch today's video, that Disney's involved in another Dismal Disney lawsuit. They got busted being, jerk faces in the workplace. And it's going to turn into a class action lawsuit, and it's going to cost them a lot of money because basically the claims being made are almost irrefutable. And then you have the situation of O'Keefe Media Group, OMG, right? James O'Keefe has gone out and gone after organizations that seem to be, a little bit iffy, doing some not great things, but a big corporation like Disney, especially company that's so heavily involved in entertainment, driven by a charismatic weatherman, that seems just a little outside of things. Except, he took a page out of Christopher Rufo's book and out of John F. Trent's book and decided to go after him. And for good reason, because basically everything that I've been reporting, that Park Place has been reporting, WDW Pro's been reporting, Renegade's been reporting, and so on, is true. Disney is a very race-driven company. Could you call them racist? Well, after the video that was exposed today, yes. Incredibly so. And like I said, you had embarrassing things happening today. You had Amanda's, music video, which wasn't great, but what is great, of course, is my website, beachpunk.us. Do check that out today. Do have a 10% discount for you if you use today's word of the day. And I'll give you that discount code at the end of the video. Oh, after you comment, of course, on the video. With that being said, let's move on because, like I said, this isn't the embarrassing part. No, it's O'Keefe Media Group. And we'll jump right into that right here. You see, this fella here, this is Michael Giordano. He's an attorney. He's been an attorney in the state of California, Los Angeles specifically, I believe, since 2005. How do I know that? Well, it says so on his bar application and everything else that was approved. You can actually see it on a website if you go look it up. He also made his way through, I want to say, being an agent, because before Disney, he was at William Morris Endeavor. William Morris is a agency. And that agency, it represents a bunch of stars. Well, one of the great things about agents, and especially agents with law degrees and the ability to practice law, especially contract law, they're valuable in the TV game because then you're on the other side of the table of the agents, understanding just all the other side of how everything works. Well, anyway, Michael Giordano was lonely. He got out of a relationship, which you can actually find out about in this video if you watch it in its entirety, which I encourage you to do. We won't be doing that today. We're just going to talk about the fact that this video even exists. It seems Mr. Giordano went on dates with two different ladies, and they both managed to get him talking about what he does for who and how they go about doing business. And based on everything that we've reported, told, and has been told to us, everything here jives, which is very bad news for Disney indeed. Let's play a little bit here. It's 19 minutes long. We're only going to do a couple of minutes because I know you may have seen this elsewhere. In fact, I guarantee you have, but let's get to it.
Certainly, there have been times where, there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken, but
how would they say it?
There's no way we're hiring a white male person. They say
like straight to you, or okay?
Yeah. They'd be very careful how they message that to agents.
According to these videotapes, Disney blatantly discriminates against white men in particular.
Okay, as obviously Mr. O'Keefe wrapped up there in a nice little package is they discriminate against white males. Well, it's not the only time that you're going to hear it. And with most of what James produces, you're going to get like a bunch of little clips, kind of a teaser before he gets down into what he's actually going to talk about. And, well, if you watch this, you'll understand why.
I think I'm sort of like well prepared for it. I'm well positioned for it. But as far as Disney's concerned, I'm a white male. And that's not who they're looking to promote at the moment.
As a white guy,
it's not who they're looking to promote at the moment. That's a real problem. And I don't know that there's any way to remedy that. It's been said by more than a few people that this is a general practice. If Disney goes after this guy, by the way, he pulled down his LinkedIn profile immediately, or maybe Disney scrubbed it for him, but it was scrubbed today when all this came out. But he's basically disappeared, which probably is a good thing. But were Disney to pursue him, well, they'd open themselves up to other litigation. In fact, it doesn't matter at this point. They're already opened up to this litigation now. This is a normal practice. It comes from somebody who is in charge of casting, hiring people, and somebody that's pretty high up outside of being like the chief of the studio. This guy's no slouch. And he would understand how things work, how people are hired and fired. I don't know.
even Michael has his own doubts about the possibility for advancement for himself at Disney. In fact, Michael actually got to experience Disney's discrimination against white males firsthand.
I've been at the company 11 years now, so I have friends in HR and I have friends in those divisions, and they're like, look, nobody else is going to tell you this, Mike, but they're not considering any white males for the shop. They're just not. That's not what they want.
They even passed over a qualified half-black person for a promotion because they didn't look black enough.
Wow. I don't even know how to react to that myself, and maybe I'll have to break that clip up just a little bit, but this is absolute insanity. I don't understand, because they weren't the right shade of a particular color. So just how racist is Disney? Because you can't deny at this point that they're not coming off a bit racist, right? I think so.
Wanted to hire somebody in the department a few years ago now, who was half black, but didn't appear half black. And there was a creative executive who was like, "We're not that's not what's wrong." They wanted somebody in meetings who would appear a certain way, and he wasn't gonna bring that to the meeting. I mean, it kind of feels like where at some point there's going to be a lawsuit.
At some point there's going to be a lawsuit. No kidding. And again, this is just a few minutes of the Disney tapes. This is just part one that O'Keefe has put out there in the world, and there's a lot more to come. I have major concerns when I realize that this is just one of many companies that are doing this because they're in pursuit of an ideology that is, well, not just neo-Marxist, but illegal. I mean, obviously both things are bad, but illegal directly in opposition to the laws in this country. And the fact that the federal government isn't immediately marching out there right now and collecting evidence and going after Disney, and didn't actually after the last time Disney had a run-in, and America First Legal filed a court case against them, a complaint at the EEOC. The fact that the government's not knee-deep in Disney and any of these other companies is mind-boggling to me. Because if there are these kinds of quotas and checkboxes required in these companies, it's blatantly illegal. It's been illegal for a very long time. And the very mechanisms that are in place to protect, the people that they're trying to cater to are the same mechanisms that are in place to the people who are equally qualified that maybe aren't a particular color or sexual orientation, which is actually mentioned later in this video. Look, we already know that they're doing things like this, that they're hiring the way they are. Kathleen Kennedy's very proud of what she's done with Lucasfilm and making it majority female in the important decision-making positions. But that's illegal. The people are not necessarily being hired off of merit if you're hiring because of their, well, gender. Disney has some problems. They're very they're very caught up in illegal discrimination, and they are so hell bent on pursuing this agenda that they're destroying their movies, television shows, theme parks, and who knows what else. I mean, is there any doubt that, you know, there's going to be something happening maybe one day on their cruise ships that's not just a teensy-tiny little bit racist? Of course there is. Because when it stinks from the head down, it stinks all the way through. But hey, what do you think? Do you think that those of us that are reacting to this right now today are on the right track? Do you think we're overreacting? Do you think that Disney should be put in a position where they will be punished so badly, fined so extremely by the federal government that this will never, ever happen again anywhere? Well, as the biggest entertainment company of note right now, or at this very moment, I think Disney would be the prime example to do something like that too. Again, hiring people for their immutables or because of them, despite the fact that you have a candidate that has more merit qualification, is a problem. I don't know. I can't see any other way to make everybody else pay attention. But as I said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below. I will truly appreciate that. And in the spirit of being a little bit fun, today's word of the day is Iger. I-G-E-R, Iger. Make sure you add that to the comments section down below to get your 10% off discount code at beachpunk.us. My website with amazing merch. Doesn't have any political stuff tied to it at all. Get amazing Rooster stuff, of course, t-shirts, hats, beach towels, shopping bags, swimsuits, believe it or not, sandals. I think there's flip-flops now, or they're coming. We got more and more product coming every day. The swimsuit looks amazing. Can't wait to wear that. You guys will be subjected to that picture, and then you'll, say, hey, get in shape there, old man, and I'll try to get in shape. Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, well, don't be Disney. See ya.